Welcome to Sports Talk, Coast to Coast. Ain't nothing really going on in the NBA. Zion still hurt. I seen the Clippers can't get it together. The Lakers still suck. I don't know. Anybody else? I mean, OJ, you don't watch basketball just like we don't, so.
Nope, I really haven't.
I mean, we could talk
I know
about.
that the Lakers played Dallas last night, and they went into double overtime. The Lakers should have won that game
Still
like two,
lost.
3 times, but they lost to Luka because they wasn't calling fouls when they clearly got fouled.
You know the refs never call it both ways. I mean, we could waste our time talking about that BS college championship on Monday, but why? I mean, it was over in the first quarter.
It was a blowout, man. It was pretty much over.
Man, you know that was the lowest rated championship game ever.
It was a waste
They've
of
been
time.
doing
They should have put that game on. I don't even know. They shouldn't even have aired it.
Wow.
They should have just said, push notifications is all you get. I knew it was going to be a waste. The championship game, Michigan probably would have been better, but the way Georgia was playing, I don't know. I don't know if TCU was just that bad or if Georgia's that good. I think I'm going to go with TCU just that bad because I don't like Georgia and I'm not giving them no credit.
I think it finally caught up to them. The moment finally caught up to the TCU.
Maybe, maybe not.
When they started seeing how
I just don't like to see blowouts in championship games. Let me see something competitive, and I think Ohio State probably would have been a better, game. But Michigan also lost too, so we wouldn't have been able to see a Big Ten showdown anyway. So, oh well. It's neither here nor there.
A lot of people think that they had the seeding wrong just because Michigan had just beat Ohio State, and they didn't want them two to face each other. They would rather them, if they did face each other in the championship game, rather than going to the championship game.
I would have rather seen that Michigan and Ohio State in the playoff. That probably would have been a better game, but who knows? Ohio State probably would have won, and then Georgia, who knows? We know we don't play with us. OJ tells us not play with us. It's against the rules.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. On to the man's game. All right, we got some NFL playoffs going down tomorrow. We got Seattle going to San Francisco. They're going to lose. And then we got the Chargers going to Jacksonville. So, what's up, OJ? Who you got and why?
I have Jacksonville. Yeah, you can call me a homer or whatever, because Jacksonville's in the state of Florida, but Jacksonville's always been my team. They're young and up and coming, and San Diego just don't know what the hell they're doing. Why would you play your starters in a game that doesn't mean anything, and now your star receiver is hurt and can't play tomorrow?
Mike Williams?
Yep, they just ruled him out.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it ain't no different than what Sean Payton did a couple of years ago.
Nope.
What about in that NFC matchup? I mean, San Francisco, Seattle, what you think? You think Geno got it in him? Got an upset in him?
I think Seattle's going to surprise a lot of people. You got what's the coach? I'm getting brain for you right
Pete
now.
Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll. He's playing Jedi mind tricks, talking about how good they is. Trying to get them. Think about how smart, more superior they are than little Seattle. But
okay, he trying to play a Bill Belichick game. That what he doing?
It only works on the weak-minded, though.
And I'm about to say, I guess I wouldn't expect nothing less since he was on Carroll or Belichick's staff back in the day.
So but we'll see. I think this is a time when what's his name, uh, Brock Purdy or whatever they, the quarterback, Mister. Well, I can't call him Mister Irrelevant, Mister Relevant, because that's what he's been up to this point. I think it's gonna catch up with him. The fact that he's a rookie. I think this stage is gonna be too big for him. He's gonna make a critical mistake. But that's all it takes is one turnover in the playoffs. And I say that's gonna be the difference. Again.
All right. Tony, we got 2 games. Who you got?
The first one, what was it? Jacksonville or the Chargers? Jacksonville is a hotter team. I mean, if
They are, especially with Doug Peterson.
yeah, there's a hotter
Yeah.
team. I mean, and that counts, especially going into the playoffs. Those boys are believing now.
Oh yeah.
And we're just keeping it on this weekend. I gotta go with Jacksonville. They're the hotter team. They got all their players. They're not missing any. They don't have any holes. That quarterback, they play well with him. He's doing what it takes. He's a leader, and they're pulling together. Defense, like the defense. So Chargers, man, I don't know what they're gonna do without one of their top guns, man. I'm like, ooh, that's kind of shaky, and they've been kind of shaky for the past few weeks, ending out the season. So I'm like, I got to go with Jacksonville. San Francisco, Seattle. I think Seattle gives it a good run, but nah, I think San Francisco they come out, man. They come out. Unlike OJ, I think that rookie gonna show you a little something. I think so. And the San Francisco defense is gonna actually really show up. Although they've been faltering the past, 4 or 5 weeks. But that front four, they're gonna put some pressure on Gino. You better be ready. So I got San Francisco.
All right, Eric.
I don't know, man. I do think Jacksonville beat Chargers. I mean, you don't start your starters when a game means nothing. And then you lose Mike Williams. I think Jacksonville, they got it. San Fran, Seattle. No, I don't know. I don't trust Brock Purdy yet in the playoffs. We haven't seen him in the playoffs. I think it's going to catch up to him. I'm with OJ on that.
You Southern boys.
I know we are.
I'm going to go.
Tony, too.
Tony didn't go with San Francisco or Seattle.
But I went with.
He went San
He's
Francisco.
from the South.
I went San Francisco.
Yeah,
though.
but he's up here.
Yeah, that's true. Been up there for a long time.
He in the Midwest right now.
Been up there for a long time.
Yeah, but my heart is down south though.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Chargers. I think my boy Justin Herbert. I think his arms can get it done. They got some receivers. Plus, they got Austin Eckler as running back. They can always lean on that running game. Jacksonville does have a good defense, but just because all y'all said Jacksonville, I'm going with the Chargers anyway. Although, I don't know why I am anyway, because Brandon Staley going to do something stupid.
Oh, yeah.
4th and 3 on their own 38. Let's go for it. So, we'll see. San Francisco, Seattle, that's not even worth talking about. Yeah, he's a rookie, but Seattle, they don't got it. Pete Carroll ain't been the same since he lost that Super Bowl to Tom Brady 3 years ago, 4 years ago, however long ago it was. So, no. Seattle ain't going nowhere fast. So, all right, Sunday we got Buffalo and Miami. I'm going to take, oh my goodness. You got Buffalo coming off this emotional ride. Is it Miami they're playing, or are they playing somebody else?
Yep,
No, they're playing
There's
Miami.
Miami.
Miami,
Yeah.
number one, Tua's not starting, so, I mean, please. I'm taking Buffalo. If Tua was
It's gonna
starting,
be a
I'd
blowout, bro.
if Tua was starting, I would think about it, but he ain't playing. He didn't pass concussion protocol, so. Who else we got? Minnesota and
Giants.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm not a Vikings fan, but, Daniel Jones ain't that dude. So I'm going to go with Minnesota on that one. Then the night games.
I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
I don't trust him either.
Right? I mean,
if he loses to the Giants, he deserves to lose because number one, they ain't got that great of a defense anyway. So, and then Cincinnati against New England, is it?
Baltimore.
Does anybody know
Lamar?
Is he playing?
Lamar.
Lamar's out.
Lamar's out.
Okay, never mind. Cincinnati blowout
all day.
Yep. we ain't gonna have that discussion. And then the Monday night game, of course, they got to put Tom Brady on prime time on a day by himself. Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm. That's OJ's boy. That ain't our boy.
Well, he's gonna be my boy today because I'm taking Tampa Bay over Dallas by 10. So,
wow. I'm taking about 3.
Mm-hmm. So I'll run them down for you since I went through them real fast. Tony, we already agreed that Miami's gonna beat Buffalo. Cincinnati's gonna beat whatever. But what you think about this Minnesota Giants game? Because that could be the upset of the weekend.
Which one? Minnesota?
Minnesota and the Giants. Yeah, I think that has the potential to be an upset. I'm not even You can't call the Buccaneers beating the Cowboys an upset when you got Tom Brady at your quarterback. That's not an upset. He's supposed to do that. So I'm calling the Giants over the Vikings an upset if it happens. So I mean, are you nervous about this game? What do you think?
Well, you already know. Hey, Minnesota, that's my team. But I gotta call it like I see it. I do not trust Kirk Cousins. I just don't. In fact, I don't trust the black Kirk Cousins this week or the real deal. I just don't. I do not trust either one of them, man. I hate to say it too. It pains me as a Cowboy fan, man. And the Vikings, my second squad, but I'm like both of them jokers going down this weekend. That's what I believe. I really don't. I don't put the trust in the quarterback. That's why I'm thinking they both go down this weekend. Upset.
You know
Vikings
what? My advice.
Upset. What's that?
My advice: hand the ball off to
Cook.
The running back, Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
Every play, just do that.
Well, and you got.
But they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I mean they got some good receivers and stuff, but I don't trust Kirk. I do not trust him, man. And this game is ripe for upset.
All right, OJ, I want your thoughts on this Minnesota game because you already know I picked the Bucks, and I'm pretty sure you are too. So we don't need to discuss that game. But the Giants in Minnesota could be the scary upset of the weekend because I could see that happening. Daniel Jones gets hot, Kirk Cousins gets cold. It all can go down like that. What's up? What you think?
I'm going to surprise y'all. I'm going to take Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to tell you why. Because Kirk has shown me that he's not the same dude anymore. He 5 chains now. So I'm going to call him 5 chains Kirk Cousins. He was dancing on the airplane after the win with his chains on. That's why I call him 5 chains. Anyway, he showed me that he got a lot of swagger, a lot of confidence to get it done. Although their defense leaves a lot to be desired.
I think both those defense could be suspect, especially Minnesota. They go cold like it snows in Minnesota. Give it 10 minutes, so
But you got the equalizer, Justin Jefferson. When in doubt, he just throws it up, and that man comes down with it. I don't know how he does, but he just always comes down with it. So I'm gonna trust in that dynamic duo right there, and I'm gonna say Minnesota gonna get it done.
Are you surprised that I took Tampa Bay?
No, because a lot of people are picking the experience of Tom Brady over the Cowboys because Cowboys, you can't trust them. I mean, Dallas, they could blow my team out. I mean, they've shown that when they're on point, they're hard out. That happening.
Derek name Dak ain't got no blowout. Not against Tampa Bay. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even think that Cincinnati game or that Buffalo game is gonna be close.
No, I think they're gonna be blowouts.
Actually, I think the Ravens game is gonna be a lot closer than a lot of people think.
It'll be
What?
Without
competitive.
Lamar,
What?
I mean,
Without Lamar?
there's no way.
No,
Dude,
that
without
dude.
Lamar.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, Tony, Eric. Y'all ain't giving that dude enough credit because that dude is decent. He did win 3 of the last 4 games. Now, I mean, this is the NFL, so I mean, there
What
wasn't
is
no
the-
punk
what-
opponents. So I mean,
This
he's
is
not
the
Lamar.
playoffs,
He's
man.
not Lamar
This is the
Jackson.
playoffs.
He's not Lamar Jackson, but he's a backup for a reason. So you
Right.
know,
Like Jim
he
Moore-
is a decent.
This is-
You're right, Cliff. He is decent. He did.
It's like
come
Jim
in
Moore in the Saints. The playoffs. You remember? that?
Huntley.
and
Huntley.
they would have made the playoffs last year if Harbaugh hadn't win for 2 and 3 out of the last 4 games and blew it. They could have been in the
Yeah.
playoffs last year.
That's true.
So that quarterback is decent. I would even go as far as to say he's better than Daniel Jones. So, I mean, that's not saying much, but he is. I think he is. And like OJ said, he's the same style of quarterback. He's just not Lamar Jackson. He's a scrambler, and he's a pretty
Yeah.
accurate thrower, too. So,
Well, yeah, he does what it takes to win the game. He won 3 out of 4 games. What didn't he? Wasn't he in for like 4 games? 5
yeah,
games?
the last,
I think three out of 5.
he won 5 games. He played the last 5 games, and yeah, they won 3 out of those 5 games. So,
Yeah, he did
Season.
good. I mean, yeah, he was good. He was decent. Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to
It's
beat
gonna be
Cincinnati, but I'm saying it's probably going to be a little more competitive than some think it is. Because they
I
think
can
no
see
Lamar
Cincinnati.
Jackson, it's a cakewalk. No, it's not like that.
No,
The
but I
reason
can
why
see Cincinnati getting out there and winning
Yeah.
by 2 scores. 2 scores. It may not be a blowout, but I can see him winning by 2 scores.
Well, if they can't stop the pass, then yeah, that's what's going to happen. But you got to remember, Cincinnati got Alex Stafford out and their right tackle, Thomas. So the right side of their defense is gone. I mean, offense is gone. The Ravens always hung their head on defense. And since they got Roquan Smith from the Bears, that defense is tightened up a whole hell of a lot. So all you need is 2 touchdowns. If you can get 2 touchdowns, they should be able to win. And they average that. What they do? Like 12. They average like 12 points. Now when Lamar's in there, they average like 28 to 30 points a game. But that's a difference. So that's what I'm saying. The defense got to step up. And if they can get the Burrow, because the right side of that line is all messed up, it'll be a closer game than a lot of people think. If the Cowboys lose, that coach is gone, and that might, you know, they're paying you $40 million for a reason. So
He may end up getting cut.
They ain't going to cut him because they'll take a cap hit. So let's talk about that, OJ. He's getting paid $40 million for a reason, but ever since he got that money, he hasn't produced. What do you think is the underlying issue? Of course, we've talked about the coach, the lack of a running game, and of course, they played wide receiver carousel. But at some point, you got to be a quarterback and step up and take control of that locker room, right?
but I don't know. What do you mean by not produce? Because both years they've been 12-5. They just been 1 and done in the playoffs.
Right, and that's where it counts.
That's yeah. Don't count a regular season.
Okay, I'll give you that. And that's what's going to be the narrative. That he can't win the big game.
Because wasn't that the big knock on Romo until he won a playoff game?
Yep.
He's the Andy Dalton. He's the Andy Dalton of the NFC right now.
That is very insulting to put anybody in the same conversation as Andy. That dude sucks.
He does. I'm just
Very top.
I'm saying Dak, his first year in the playoffs, they got to the divisional round. They haven't been back since.
Right.
Because he's been bounced out. So that doesn't bode well for you either.
This could go both ways. If Dallas does show up and their defense keeps them in the game and keeps it close, and Dak doesn't throw a pick six or any kind of turnover in the red zone, and they actually win, it could be a big boost for him because one, he'll finally get over that hump of winning a playoff game again, and two, he beat the GOAT. that's gotta say something. So I mean, you beat the GOAT. That's not an easy thing to do. I mean, unless you're the Saints. So I mean, and Tony, or not Tony, but OJ, you said something interesting. Let's talk about this. If the Cowboys lose, you're saying, what's the boy's name?
Mike McCarthy.
There you go. McCarthy's gone. Yeah. But let's jump back over to the AFC. If the Chargers lose, shouldn't Staley be gone too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think Staley's going to be gone. He's done way too much. I mean, going for it on fourth down. Yeah, I mean, he's an analytics guy. They kind of overlooked that. But you're playing your starters in a game that doesn't matter, and then you get one of. Actually, you got all of them hurt, but it's only one of them that's not going to be able to play. And you know they got an injury history. Joey Bosa, Mike Williams, and who else? They said was hurt. But the other two are playing. It's just that Mike Williams is not the no-show. You know he's gonna get fired.
Yep. And I wasn't surprised that Kingsbury got hurt or got fired. But half of it, I guess, you could blame it on him. But another half is his team always getting hurt. I mean, Hopkins, Murray, 2 years in a row. I ain't saying I feel sorry for him, but I think maybe the coach or but I guess they wanted to go another direction because right after he got fired, the general manager stepped down for so-called personal health reasons. But whatever. He seen the writing on the wall. He was probably going to get fired anyway, but... So, Tony, if you're the Cardinals, do you keep Hopkins or do you let him go or trade him and try to get something else? He's a good receiver, but he's always hurt.
He is. Yeah, exactly. I mean, wait a minute. That team needs they already got one. They got Kyler Murray, which they're not going to get rid of. So what are you going to do? I think you have to. I mean, why would you hold on to him? Hope that he's going to be healthy and back in rare form next year? I don't know. For that reason, Kyler Murray always getting injured too. Every year he's getting injured.
Yeah, and they gave him a new contract, so guaranteed money. So
right, he ain't going nowhere. I would get rid of him. What else are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, there's a good slew of receivers coming out in the draft too. So I mean, maybe you trade him for a draft pick or two or something. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, and then you got to flip the coin too and see who's actually going to want him. I mean, he's only 30. He's actually a great receiver. He's just hurt half the time, so you can't really, you can't hang your hat on it.
Right, you can depend. Because you can depend on him getting hurt at some point in the season.
Let's see who else might be on the hot seat. We know Pete Carroll ain't going nowhere. We know the Vikings coach ain't going nowhere. The Giants just signed that coach last year after they got rid of Joe, whatever his name was. And then we know Zach Taylor ain't going nowhere. The coach up in McDermott, I think his name is, up in Buffalo, he ain't going nowhere. So, and that coach down in Miami just got hired. But any word on... No, it's never mind. We won't hear nothing. I was about to say any word on Brian Flores getting hired down in Cincinnati, but Cleveland as a defensive coordinator, but they can't technically talk to him until the 17th. So I hope he gets that job though.
I hear Houston wants to hire Brian Flores.
Who does?
Houston.
I wouldn't take that job.
I wouldn't take that job.
Nope.
They wanted to hire him.
He's a mess.
When Miami had let him go, but they, he had too much controversy surrounding him.
I wouldn't take that job. Would you take that job, OJ?
Nope.
If I want to be a head coach, I probably would.
But he's already been a head coach. He's a proven head coach.
Right.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. That organization is just showing that they do not care about black coaches.
And it might not even be black coaches. It might just be the process. I mean, you hire somebody for a 3-year contract and you hire him you fire him after the first year. How's he supposed to prove himself? It takes almost 3 years to build a team. You know that.
Right. Yep. Houston's a mess. I wouldn't trust that organization. No way.
No. I'm taking that Cleveland. If Cleveland offers me that defensive coordinator job, that's where I'm going. I'm not taking the Houston job.
Yep.
I'm not doing it.
Yep. I'm with you, Cliff. There's no way.
Yeah, but it's only 32 of these jobs.
That's true.
Yeah.
But 31 of them don't fire you after the first. Well, 30 of them
right.
because Tampa Bay does it too. So.
Hey, Arizona too.
Well, to be fair to Arizona, Kingsbury was there for 3 years.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Josh Rosen, Steve Wilkes was their coach. They got rid of both of them after 1 year. And Rosen never been heard of again.
Like you said, there's only 32 of them jobs, but that's one of them that I don't want. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe they got a high draft pick, but they ain't got nothing else. Who else? Tony, can you give me, without looking it on Google, can you give me 3 people that's on the Houston Texans team right now?
No, I can't. Dang. I was about to Google it too. You said, I'm Googling. I'm like, oh shit. I can't, man.
I can't either. Can you, Eric? I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask OJ because I know he knows. But Eric, can you give me 3 people on the Houston Texans team right now without looking it up?
Nope.
I can't either. So who do they even have? Who's down there, OJ? Give us some insight on this. If that job is worth taking, does he have anything to work with before the draft?
Well, they just drafted the rookie running back, so you got a running back because that's what kept him in all these games to begin with. So you can start there with him. You got Brandon Cooks. He's a journeyman receiver, but he's still decent.
He was good, yeah.
Well, I don't trust the quarterback. He's so streaky. That Davis Mills, he's so streaky. I will get rid of him and bring in my own quarterback. But defensively, there was a bunch of young guys, and Houston, they didn't win a lot of games. But they were in they were like Detroit. They was in every game. You knew you played a game when you played Houston. So they got some building blocks. They ain't got no household names or nothing like that. But you got something to work with.
Not really, because they're gonna be given 15 minutes to use them building blocks before they bounce the next coach out. There's no vote of confidence in that leadership there, whoever's running that squad, because they're gonna bounce the coach out. The organization, right? They're gonna bounce. I don't trust them, man. Anytime you're sending a real message to the league and anyone who's vying for the job, if you're bouncing people out without even giving them a shot, because it's not like Houston had a whole lot to work with anyway.
Right.
So you fire a coach that comes in 1 year and it's like, what?
And we can flip this coin too, OJ. We can say, okay, he only lasted 1 year in Tampa and only 1 year in or not Tampa, but was it Tampa? Yeah, it was before Tom Brady got there. So we can say he only lasted 1 year in Tampa, and then he only lasted 1 year in Houston. So is it him? But you don't sign somebody for 3 years and don't give them a chance to prove themselves. Hell, it took Dundee almost 4 years to put that team together before he got fired, and they win the Super Bowl with the team he put together the next year. So, and matter of fact, I don't even think it was 4 years. I think it was 3 because he took that job in '99, right after the Vikings lost that game to the Falcons. Right, that's when he got the job down in Tampa. Right?
Yep. I think so.
Yeah, and then they won the Super Bowl in 2001. So yeah, they barely gave him 2 years down there. And I think that might have been, I'll give Tampa Bay a little bit of credit. Just a little. Maybe it was more about wanting John Gruden versus Tony Dungy's not a good coach. I'll give them that much. Maybe it was just John Gruden that they wanted. I don't know. But the bottom line is...
because he was from Tampa.
Yeah, but the bottom line is Dungy was the coach. He put that team together, and they better look. If he didn't get no ring, I'd burn that stadium down. So
you could see it was coming. That's why it took him. It took him what 3 years, 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You could see the progress.
But
then,
but let's look at the flip side, because Tampa Bay fired him. How long was he without a job? Not even a week. The coach was like, "Come on up. We want you.
Yeah.
Peyton likes you. Let's go."
Mm-hmm. And they won a championship too.
Joe did.
While he was there.
Yep.
So I don't know. That, like Tony said, the Cardinals. Or you said the Cardinals. Tony said Houston. I'm saying Tampa. That's 3 jobs. Them 3 organizations that I don't know if I would take if they offered it to me right away, because you don't know what they're gonna do.
What do you think about? We're gonna go back to the Miami job because there is some heat on that coach. I don't know why.
I said that a few weeks ago, and you told me I was crazy because he got 2 of the play, and that's what they're due. So now why you recanting that?
Because for some reason, Sean Payton's name keeps coming up with the Miami Dolphins, and
I thought he was talking to the Broncos.
Every team that needs a coach is talking about Sean Payton. So he has a pick of the list.
I don't have a very high opinion of Sean Payton as a coach. He just fell into the right place at the right time. That's like saying Bill Belichick. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say it. That's like saying Bill. That's like saying Bill Belichick was a good coach. Okay, maybe he is a good coach. Some consider him a great coach, but I'm only calling him a good coach because after Tom Brady left, he ain't did nothing. Sean Payton, after Drew Brees left, he ain't did nothing but retire. So where's their coaching ability at? Give me a coach like Denny Green and Tony Dungy and other coaches that built teams up and made them better, not inherited talent and is riding off that wave. So to me, Sean Payton ain't a coach, and I also lost a lot of respect for him. And I'm not a Brett Favre fan. I like him.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
I respect him as a player. But what they did to him that year, and OJ, you always tell me it was the defensive coordinator, but the head coach is responsible for his staff. The bottom line is, maybe he didn't know, but it still falls on him for them doing, I forgot whatever they called it. And Sean Payton,
yeah.
So and if the coach wasn't responsible, then he wouldn't have got suspended for a year, right? So, but yeah.
Well, he got suspended because you're the head of, like you said, you're the head of the team.
Right. So to me, Sean Payton ain't the end all be all like everybody trying to talk to him is. And I kind of hope he takes one of these jobs. Broncos, Dolphins, whatever. Just so they can see that he ain't that good. Because if he was good, then he'll be able to turn these teams around and they'll start winning. And yeah, you can't play for the players. But if you call the right things like Bill Parcells did, like Jimmy Johnson did, I'm talking about some serious legends here. But, George, help me out, 49ers coach, OJ, the one who invented the West Coast offense.
Bill Walsh.
Bill Walsh. If you good coaches like that, then hell,
Jimmy Johnson.
So, but to me, Sean Payton ain't the end all be all. I like Brian Flores as a coach, even though Miami didn't win a whole lot of games. He still had that team together and playing when they needed to. So he got fired for the wrong reason in Miami.
Yeah, it was because he didn't want to sign.
He didn't want to shank those games.
He didn't want to follow the program.
Well, he followed the program. He just didn't follow the program they wanted him to. He took his position as an NFL official and head coach and said, my morals are not going to allow me to do that. And they got mad about it. Tony, you heard
Comes
my point.
To it.
Is Belichick and Sean Payton the end-all, be-all? Or are they the subject of inheriting good talent?
I think they're good coaches. I wouldn't consider them great. I mean, they both had star talent at the quarterback position, and that's the most important position on the field. And when you inherited someone like a Brady, because you drafted well, all right, he was on your squad, and what's the name went down, Bledsoe went down, and you pulled him on up. I mean, like, hey, that was a diamond in the rough. Plus, Brady had he had a chip on his shoulder. He had something to prove because they was drafted in the 6th round, something like that. So he had something to prove.
Yeah,
no, 199.
199.
Yeah, he was almost Mr. Irrelevant.
Almost.
Right. So you end up with 2 premier quarterbacks. So it makes your job a whole lot easier.
Let's assume that Cincinnati and Miami or Buffalo win. Cincinnati has to go up to Buffalo, and this is going to be basically a repeat of the game that we didn't get to see a couple of weeks ago, where Cincinnati was smacking them boys around like they was punks. We'll see. I just don't know. I mean, because to me, all the Bills got on offense is that running back Singletary, and they got
Diggs.
They got Josh Allen.
Josh Allen don't scare me.
Come on, man.
Josh Allen's a good quarterback.
I ain't saying he ain't a good quarterback, but he just don't scare me. I mean, yeah, he can scramble a little bit, but he also is like, who could I compare him to? He's kind of like Garoppolo with an arm, because he forces stuff that he doesn't need to, because sometimes he just throws picks where it's not necessary. So, I mean, I ain't saying he's not a good quarterback. He's a great quarterback, actually. He just don't scare me.
Well, when you go,
because you look at it, because if you look on the other side, you got Jamar Chase, you got that tight end, and OJ, what's the name of that second receiver that they got over there? Got some speed too.
T. Higgins.
Yeah, they got T. Higgins.
Oh, Higgins,
so
and Tyler Boyd,
and they got Mixon. I mean, Cincinnati got more weapons on offense than the Bills do.
Yeah, Cincinnati's stacked. Buffalo's got a
now. OJ did make a good point though that Cincinnati's right side of their line is hurt. So we'll see how that affects the outcome of this game up in Orchard Park. But, we'll see. I mean, because Burrow, he don't care.
No.
So. Because if you really want to get right down to it, I think Burrow's a better quarterback than Allen is anyway. But
So y'all seeing the Cincinnati beating the Chiefs again this year?
Well, we got to get to that game first.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Because the Chiefs still got to play the winner of. The Chiefs are probably going to end up playing Jacksonville. The Chiefs got to play Jacksonville. And remember, if the Bills do win, it'll be at a neutral site.
Yep,
right.
That's right.
Yep.
Over in NFC, the Eagles really don't scare me.
Nope.
They'll probably end up playing Tampa Bay, and that's a scary game right there. Because if the Buccaneers win, and they got to play the Eagles.
I can see Tampa winning. Tampa winning that.
Tampa could win that game.
I could personally see Tampa going to the Super Bowl if they get past
Me
the Cowboys.
too.
I really could.
Too.
I mean, San Francisco's my squad, and they got a good team. But when Tom Brady's on the team, you cannot count them out. Period.
Nope.
You cannot.
Nope. And I don't think San Francisco got the defense to do as much. Like the pressure situation
down.
Yeah. Right.
No, they ain't got enough to step. Brady would carve him up. He's gonna be pulling out his.
They got a good defense
now.
now. Their offense is where they're gonna struggle.
You got George Kittle, but that's about it.
Huh? Did you forget about Deebo Samuel?
Yeah.
Did you forget about Christian McCaffrey? What did you? Did you get amnesia all of a sudden? What did you just say? This fool just said all they got is Kittle. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. They got 3 weapons, the dominant weapons. Yeah. He forgot about him.
I think he had some temporary amnesia or something. Cause
he does the unthinkable. He's the first rookie to make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's trying.
He could, bitch. He'd have to go through Tom Brady though. So yeah, he could.
Yeah. Hey, but he, like they say, he doesn't have to play against Tom Brady. Tom Brady has to face the San Francisco defense.
That and
That's
he
true.
would. It would have to be the NFC Championship anyway, because if everybody
Right.
wins
It'll
like
be
they're
a
supposed to,
championship. Yep.
it'll be the 49ers and Minnesota or the Giants, whoever wins that game.
Or the Giants. Yep. Kirk Cousins might actually pull something out. We'll see, but I don't know. That game's
I still don't trust him.
I'm going with the Vikings. I'm telling y'all, guys,
I still don't trust him.
I don't
gotta have
trust him.
faith.
There's no way.
I don't trust him either. I do not trust Kirk Cousins.
I don't trust him against anybody. Even if they get past the Giants, I don't trust him against the 49ers. So,
I don't. They definitely lose that one. They definitely lose that one. If they win, they pull it out against the Giants, they lose the next one. I don't see them beating 49ers. So.
All right, well, I guess we'll come back before the division, or not the division, but the conference championships. Ain't no point in come back next week. These games are pretty much a foregone conclusion. If there's some surprises, we'll see, but I doubt it. Thanks for joining us on Sports Talk Coast to Coast. See you next time.